Hello, ladies and gentlemen. If you're just joining us, this is Whitino Intellectual Discourse, where minds meet, ideas compete. In today's discourse, I have two speakers with me. Christopher Omoikam, studying pharmacy at the University of Uyo, and Oyemawa Covenant, studying law at Imo State University. Today's topic is a man's money expands his options, but a woman's restricts hers. So, without wasting much time, let us listen to Christopher, our first speaker, as he approaches this topic. Christopher, over to you.
Greetings, the board of Augustine Udefa Foundation, and my wonderful audience. It is a privilege to be a part of this program. My name is Christopher Umoikam, and I will be speaking on the topic, a man's money expands his options, but a woman's restricts hers, true or false. From our topic, options in this context simply means that having more money gives a person more choices and opportunities in life, such as better education, business investment, and upgrading lifestyle. Sadly, there are some factors which limit most of our women from expanding their options, such as lack of education, cultural norms, self-doubt, and of which the most important is the societal factor. People believe that if a woman should acquire wealth before marriage, then hypergamy, which is the tendency to seek for partners of equal or higher status, may set in, which should not be the case. Let us take, for example, one of our most popular fashion designers, Vicky James. She became famous even before her marriage to Mr. Femi Atere, and research shows that she is the breadwinner of her family. Following a post made by Fabregas Johnson on Instagram, Vicky James allegedly said that when she started her industry newly before marriage, she tried to rent a shop, and the landlord of the building asked if she was married, and clearly stated that he would not be giving out a part of his building to a single lady, even when she was ready to pay for 2 or 3 years in advance. From this example, we can see that a woman's money does not restrict her options, but we, the society, do. During my research, I stumbled upon something very interesting. Research shows that we have some men like Wilson Oruma, Femi Otedola, and a few others who incurred losses at some point in their oil business investment. Findings also reveal that there is no case of a globally renowned woman who has gone bankrupt due to wrong investments. So, we can see that it isn't just enough to expand our choices, but to do so wisely. Therefore, in conclusion, I would like to oppose the motion that a woman's money restricts her options. Because when a woman decides to step out of her comfort zone, it is we, the society, which limits them. Because we believe that a woman should remain under a man, especially in the financial aspect, which is very wrong. And it is high time we let go of this stigmatized notion. Because what a man can do, a woman can do better. Thank you.
That was a beautiful presentation from Christopher. So, let us listen to Covenant, our second speaker.
Good day, panel of judges. I am Oyemuwa Covenant Ugonna, a final year law student at Imo State University, Owerri, and I stand in truth and fairness to propose the assertion that, yes, indeed, a man's money expands his options, while a woman's restricts hers. My lord, I do not argue blindly. Rather, I argued, anchored on sociological studies and contemporary observations of what is prevalent in Africa, particularly Nigeria here today. My lord, the phrase that a man's money expands his options, while that of a woman's restricts hers, is a phrase deeply rooted in patriarchal social norms and gendered expectations, for instance, in the Igbo land. The question begging to be answered becomes, how does a man's money expand his options? Don't worry, my lord, this I shall now answer. For instance, in the Igbo land and even in other parts of the world, a man's worth is linked to the size of his pockets. Thus, the more a man earns, the more the dignity and prestige he acquires. That is why we see phrases such as ego bu mma woke, which is an Igbo phrase loosely translated to mean that the beauty of a man is seen in the size of his pockets or his monetary worth. While the women they say, their place lies in the kitchen. My lord, this is not just some customary practices. or some stories told to children. This is backed by statistics. Hence, the National Bureau of Statistics states that over a staggering 77% of men are providers in their household, while staggering 84% of women play the domestic roles in the home. In other words, they are being kept in the kitchen. And you may ask, so how does this move restrict a woman's options? My lord, this I shall now answer. My lord, to the women, they have to hide their success and achievements so that their partners and spouses do not have to feel inadequate. Hence, the Journal of Social and Psychological Studies states that there is a growing staggering amount of women who hide their achievements and downplay their successes so that their partners do not feel inferior. Well, this is what we now term the shame tax, where women have to pay the price of silence when it comes to their success so that the men feel more adequate. My lord, while we may chant section 42 of the Constitution, the case of Ukeje against Ukeje and the likes, we must remember that the law of freedom from discrimination is a law, not a custom or practice. This is what is invoked today, and sadly, this is what has come to stay. Thank you.
Good job. That was Covenant from Imo State University. Ladies and gentlemen, you've listened to Christopher and Covenant. What are your thoughts on their presentations? Who made the strongest argument? Who do you want to win this competition? Remember that this is a scholarship competition, and the winner of the final competition will receive 100,000 naira in addition to receiving a full scholarship that would cover school fees until the person or the student graduates from the university. So vote wisely. Let us know who you want to win this competition. If you want Covenant to win it, let us know. If you also want Christopher to win it, let us know. Let us know in the comment section. And as usual, after 5 days, the scores from the public and the one from the panel of independent judges will be calculated and a winner will be announced. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.